Organic agriculture has been one of the fastest growing sectors of agriculture in the United States. In the past decade, sales of organic products have shown an annual increase of 20%. Currently, 2% of the United States food supply is grown using organic methods. In 2007, there were approximately 13,000 certified organic producers. According to a study, approximately 51% of U.S. consumers buy organic products. Of these products, the top 3 consumers purchase are fruits and vegetables at 44%, then dairy products at 30%, and lastly cereals, breads, and pasta at 29%. However, 56% of Americans do not know what organically grown means.
Foods that are grown without any pesticides on them.
They're foods without pesticides and everything.
Who regulates?
Organic foods are vegetables or fruits that are not made using pesticides and just planted in the ground, kind of left alone, not using like pesticides, DDT and stuff like that.
The question is, what are organic foods? Organic foods are products that have been produced in accordance with the U.S. Department of Agriculture's rules for the National Organic Program. They were proposed under the Organic Food Production Act of 1990. They basically refer to those fruits, vegetables, grains, livestock products, etc., that have been produced under the rules established by USDA. This typically means they are done on a certified farm that is managed in a system of agriculture that includes biological and a variety of organic pest controls, that use a variety of soil amendments. These typically also avoid the use of pesticides, synthetic chemicals, fertilizers. It means hormone and antibiotic-free meats and livestock products, and it means a variety of other kinds of restrictions on what qualifies as organic. The overall intent of organic foods is to mimic a food production system that is as natural as possible and based on products naturally from the earth rather than the use of synthetic chemicals.
Okay, so organic foods are foods that have been produced using organic methods.
I don't think there is a regulation.
Organic food. FDA.
When you
I guess would be the FDA.
Organic food production is regulated by the U.S. Department of Agriculture. They will develop accreditation programs for various certifiers of organic food. And so different states and non-governmental organizations will be accredited as an organic certifier, and these organizations and agencies will then visit organic farms and certify that the farmer or the grower are producing their products in accordance with the USDA's regulations. It involves a fairly extensive application, some record-keeping processes, as well as an on-site inspection of the farm and a review of the grower's records.
Like I said, organic foods are regulated by the U.S. Department of Agriculture through their National Organic Program, which is overseen by the Agricultural Marketing Service. A farm has to produce using organic methods for 3 years in order to be certified organic. So you can't just decide to produce organic food and then that year they're organic. They have to be certified for 3 years. So they have to use organic production methods for 3 years before you can actually claim that that product is organic.
on the packaging.
How is
Usually it's the more expensive stuff. It's over here, separated from everything else.
how is the label?
When you visit a grocery store to determine what foods are organic, you should be looking for the USDA organic label. This label is only allowed on those foods that meet the organic certification standards and that are produced in compliance with those rules. There are a variety of other organic-like certification programs. Things like the Naturally Grown program, the Demeter biodynamic system. These are not regulated systems under federal rules or statutes, but they do also maintain certifications programs similar to the USDA organic. They just can't use the word organic. There are a lot of other terms that are used on food, such as naturally grown or hormone-free or pasture-raised beef, etc. Those are terms that do not have a clear definition. They're used primarily for advertising purposes, and it's not entirely clear.
So when you visit the grocery store, you know a product is organic by what's on the label. The USDA has a particular label that it's green and it says USDA organic, and that label can be used on foods that are produced according to organic methods. There's three different organic labeling schemes that you can use. One is 100% organic, and then you can use that little USDA logo. And 100% organic means everything in the product has to be organic. So let's say it's bread, then the wheat would have to be organic, the sugar would have to be organic, the milk, whatever was in there, 100% organic. You can use that logo and say organic, not 100%, but organic, and then it has to be 95% organic. So let's say you had the wheat and the honey and the milk, but not the salt. Then as long as by volume it was 95% organic, you can still say organic bread. Then you can say made with organic ingredients, but you can't use the logo. And if it's made with organic ingredients, it's like 70% organic. And then you'd say made with organic wheat. So it could be bread that's made with organic wheat, organic sugar, something like that.
I have no idea.
It's marked usually with, I think, the farm and like,
Do you buy them?
Usually more like earth tones and more like rustic looking kind of stuff.
Do you buy organic?
Labeling of organic foods is done largely at the discretion of the producer or the distributor of the foods. When apples or potatoes or cereal grains are produced, the grower has the option of using the USDA organic label, and many growers will be using this because it gives their products an edge or an advantage in the marketplace. It doesn't necessarily mean that they have to be produced, and many growers don't necessarily label all of their certified produce as organic. They simply advertise it and sell it as such. This is often the case when you go to farmers markets or roadside farm stands where you're buying directly from the producer.
Sometimes.
Why?
It's supposed to be better for you.
not while I'm a college kid. My mom does.
Why?
Just because it's a self-conscious thing to do, I guess.
Produce, yes, I buy some Not everything, but I think that there are times when the opportunity to avoid pesticides that are used on conventional foods is a useful thing to do. Plus, the organic label tends to be applied to those products that are more locally grown and tend to be fresher. In addition, I think the real advantage of organic produce is that you're supporting growers that have a more sustainable, ecologically friendly system of production. The avoidance of synthetic chemicals and more attention to soil conservation, biological pest management, and the care and treatment of livestock makes those products more environmentally sustainable, and I think that's something that is worth supporting for most consumers.
Organic products, I do buy organic products. It depends on that price premium. Organic products tend to cost more, so I sort of go, oh, is that too much more or not? I grow a lot of my own food using organic methods, so I eat mostly that.